It's the eve of the first test match between India and England. It's going to take place in Hyderabad, and for a series that is built to be a very fiery affair, let's say, between the two sides. Well, looks like there's this added momentum to this series, or there's this added sort of a flavor to this series now, because even ahead of the first test match, there's a lot being talked about, there's a lot being debated at the moment, and it concerns a 20-year-old who's not even in the English squad at the moment. He was drafted into the English squad, in fact was given his maiden call-up for this particular series just about a month back, but it turns out that Shoaib Bashir will not be part of the England side as far as the first test match is concerned. Skipper Ben Stokes, though, has been left very frustrated, so we just thought we'd tell you about who is Shoaib Bashir, the man everyone's talking about. 20-year-old, he's over 6 feet as far as his height is concerned. Off-spinner, comes from Surrey, but then played for Somerset later on. We'll give you details exactly of what his domestic performances have looked like and why is it that he was given his call-up. So be with us over the next couple of minutes as we tell you everything that you need to know about Shoaib Bashir, the man who not just the Indian captain Rohit Sharma feels sorry for, but Ben Stokes as well, saying that probably, in fact, in a tongue-in-cheek comment, he said that maybe we shouldn't have travelled to India until a point that the visa issue which Shoaib Bashir has had to face gets sorted, but that was only said in jest. He didn't really mean that. Having said that, would Shoaib Bashir have been in the 11? You're not quite sure. Yes, there'll be 4 spinners including Joe Root in the English side, but maybe he anyway would have found it difficult to be in the 11. But having said that, let's not take more time. Let's quickly tell you everything that you need to know at this particular time about Shoaib Bashir. 20 years of age, as I said, he's going to be turning 21 later this year in the month of October. 6 feet 4 inches height, that tall a guy. Well, imagine if he was playing in Indian conditions. We've seen how, let's say, spin bowlers or spinners in the past have troubled India. Reminds me of a Nathan Lyon, but again, a long way to go for him to be compared with the Nathan Lyon. But the fact that you've had some off spinners, let's say somebody like a Joe Root as well, trouble the Indian batters on his previous visits to India. Who knows if Shoaib Bashir really could have impacted or made a difference. But let's tell you a bit more about Shoaib Bashir as to how his journey really began. And also, as we start out talking about him, also must tell you that his roots lie in Pakistan. Now, a lot has been said, and there's Ben Stokes also said that's not for the first time that a player of Pakistan, with Pakistani roots has faced some sort of a visa issue. But guess what? There are reports now doing the rounds that it's got nothing to do with the Indian authorities. In fact, the Telegraph is saying at the moment that it is the ECB that actually botched the whole thing up, because they thought that they'd be able to get the visa for him in the UAE where Bashir was over the last couple of weeks. But then it is because it couldn't have happened in the UAE, it had to happen in the UK, which is why now he's had to go all the way back to London. Now, he was signed for Somerset ahead of the 2023 season on a 1-year contract, and he managed to play 18 games in totality across formats in his first season with Somerset. And of course, we'll later on also tell you how those performances was as far as those 18 games are concerned. Now, he played age group cricket for Surrey, as I told you earlier as well. Surrey is where he was born in, but was released at the age of 17. So that is where it was a bit of a setback for him a couple of years back. And I was going through one of his interviews, and he said that really for him now, given where he stands at the moment, it feels like he had hit rock bottom as a 17-year-old. That's what he felt like when he was released by Surrey. But guess what? Like they say, it's all about, as a professional, it's all about taking things in stride and turning things around, and that's what he did. He then switched to Somerset and he made some impact in the T20 Bash winning campaign, which was not too long back, and that's where he got some recognition from Somerset, and then they were willing to give him more time as well. He got a 2-year contract, as I said. He got a 2-year contract extension courtesy Somerset, because of the fact that he'd put in a good couple of performances in their campaign that led them to the T20 Blast. So that was about him getting a contract extension. Now, how did he come to prominence? Now, he came to prominence on his first class debut, which was against Essex this summer, when his maiden over featured 2 deliveries that beat a certain Alistair Cook. In fact, it's a video that was doing the rounds when he got a maiden call up as well. The moment that he got that maiden call up, that video was doing the rounds. In fact, in one of the balls, on one of the deliveries, in fact, Alistair Cook almost lost his balance as well and almost went to ground too. So that is what created a lot of buzz around Shoaib Bashir, the man who could turn the ball. And if you really have a look at that particular video, that particular maiden over that we're telling you about, you could see how he does couple of times, beat Alistair Cook very convincingly, and that's why it's been said that maybe he really could have had an impact if he were to play in the 5 matches over here. Who knows if he does in fact get his debut, let's say, in the second test match, but we'll have to see how things really play out in the first test match, and basis that maybe England can then take a call. Let's now move forward and tell you a bit more about Shoaib Bashir. Like I said, first year, as far as, by the way, talking about his first class experience, only 6 matches. So he doesn't have a lot of experience, and that average as well, if you talk about his average doesn't make for a very good reading at the moment. But it's the fact that he impressed while playing for the England Lions tour to the UAE, which happened just about a few weeks back. It was a long tour. That's where, in fact, Brendan McCullum also joined the England Lions team, and in fact was looking at all of those spinners. There were 7 spinners on that England Lions tour to the UAE, where the idea was to prepare pitches and see who amongst these young spinners is performing well on those pitches which were produced or rather were made to replicate the kind of conditions that you will probably be getting here in India. And it is then when Brendan McCullum and the team management thought that Shoaib Bashir was doing good on that particular England Lions tour, that everyone was impressed, and that is why he was then included and he got his maiden call up as well. He took 6 wickets, and we're talking about the same tour. This was a game against Afghanistan B, in which he took 6 wickets for 42 in the 15 overs, and we're talking about both the innings over here. But this, by the way, was his most impressive spell as far as this particular tour is concerned. Going forward now, and that's the last slide that we have for you as far as Shoaib Bashir is concerned. It was after his impressive 6 for 42 against Afghanistan B that he then gets his maiden call up on 11th of December 2023. He gets shortlisted as part of a 16-man shortlist for India tour of for England's tour of India. In fact, in an interview, he later on revealed as well that like we told you earlier, when at the age of 17 he was released by Surrey, it felt like he had hit rock bottom, but then the man was in tears after he got a call from somebody in the selection committee telling him that he was indeed shortlisted for the 5-match series against India. So there was the journey of Shoaib Bashir as far as what he's done so far. 18 matches across formats, like I told you, only 6 first-class matches. So not a lot of experience that he comes with, but 6 feet 4, and the fact that yes, if the conditions do suit him, he does have the tendency to make the ball turn as well. Will be interesting to see once he does join the England side here. Ben Stokes, the England captain, hopes that it is as early as this weekend that Bashir can now fly down to India. How long that takes, we don't know, but an interesting prospect in Shoaib Bashir that England have in their ranks. Does he get a game or not in the second test match? We'll have to wait and watch, but definitely a lot of buzz around the young 20-year-old England spinner.